The Moto E World Championship moves away from the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria, over for the first time to Hungary and Balaton Park. We're 5 minutes away from the first moto race at this circuit. Let's join the commentary team as well at TNT as we wait for the green.
The season, round 4. We've got of 7 this year. Of course, it means it's race 7 and 8 that we get. There is Eric Granado back on the front row, as he was in Austria. Crashed out well. Tried to win that last one, leading at the end on that last lap back in Austria in the second race. But good to see him back on the podium there. It really has been a mixed season this year. We've had 6 races, as I say, in the 3 rounds right up to now. Le Mans, Assen, and in Austria last week. 10 different riders have finished on the podium. Out of the 6 races, 5 different winners. Mattia Casadei undoubtedly has been the fastest rider of the season, but Neil so far, he starts from pole here. Second time he's been on pole, but the last couple of races, he's crashed out of race 1 on the weekend.
Yeah, you just see he's just been forcing it a little bit. You know when you're the fastest man, but I don't know. I mean, he's obviously got a lot of experience in this class, but they're sort of rookie mistakes. And you look down at the championship, and it's one of those years. It is completely wide open.
Yeah, Andrea Mantovani, who leads the championship, but just like in Austria, hasn't made it through into Q2. He starts down in 15th. He was 12th in Austria, 15th here for Manto, but he leads the championship by 8 points from Alessandro Zacconi. He's on the second row of the grid in 6th place. The talk of the town, unsurprisingly, is local man, or local lad, should I say, Tibor Erik Varga, who in his first season of Moto E with the Snipers team has been getting better and better as the season's gone on. Started 12th in the opening round in France, 4th the last time out in Austria, and he's got better every single week.
Yeah, and obviously he's come to his home race, but he won't have ridden this track. He's got no advantage of being a local.
I expect he'll have got out on some bike. He might have been out on the Moto E bike.
He might have a sneaky track day here, I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's really pleased to see him on the second row, almost got the front row, and as you can see, got some great support in the crowd.
We have got an 8-lap Moto E race here for the first time at Balaton Park. The first race action that we'll get here on Grand Prix weekend. As Nicholas Spinelli, his teammate, lines up alongside him on the second row of the grid. Of course, a former winner, but not been on the podium this year, as Spinelli. As we get ready for the start of race number 1 of round 4 of the Moto E World Championship.
Three minutes to go here at Moto E at Balaton Park. And this is how they line up. Matteo Cassini on pole position. Lorenzo Baldassari and Eric Granado in 3rd. Tibor Erik Varga starts in 4th alongside Nicholas Spinelli and Alessandro Zacconi. And it's Matteo Ferrari alongside Jordi Torres and Jacopo Hucasini as well. Falling down, Luca Baroldi alongside Hector Garza and Kevin Zanoni, Oscar Gutierrez, and alongside Alessandro Filelio and Andrea Mantovani in 15th. Raffaele Frusco in 16th, Maria Herrera, she's in 17th, and Tommaso Oshu is in 18th. A few minutes away from the green light then here, and the race will get underway for the first ever time. Moto E will go racing in Hungary.
Tried to take a breath. He took the lead in Austria ahead of Ferrari early on the first race there. Threw it down the road early. He just needs to be calm here because this track has got disaster at every corner.
It really has, and it's the braking zones that are difficult, and it's difficult on these Moto E bikes with that extra weight, especially when you're trail braking into the tight chicanes. There is no camber, it's dead, billiard table flat. The surface is fantastic, but then it's really easy to overload the front on the opening laps.
Yeah, and it's getting these bikes stopped. They want to rail them as much as they can round the corner. Well, you can't do that because there's no corner to do. You really do have to get it stopped.
We know this track's difficult to overtake. It's going to be really interesting to see what it's like on a Moto E bike. I watched qualifying. Obviously, there's no passing in qualifying. I tell you, they're working the tyres hard. The opening part of the lap, you go around turn 2, turns 2, 3 and 4, it's like one sort of long corner.
And then between, I suppose also then between 13, 14 and 15, then the tyres will get a real workout through there as well.
They really do it, and you know what the tyres are like on here with the extra weight of the bike. They can slide them a lot. You get a lot of feeling, a lot of feedback, a lot more than you would think.
Yeah, a lot of recyclable material used in the tyres in the Moto E class.
Yeah, expect to see a bit of smoke as well. They spin them up. These bikes have got some torque.
It's not from an exhaust.
No, it is not. 30 seconds then until the green flag falls, and we will get this opening race of the weekend underway here at Balaton Park for Moto E. Red flag at the front of the field. Matteo Cassidy on pole position. Lorenzo Baltazar and Eric Granado. Red flag removed at the front. The first ever moto race in Balaton Park has 5 lights on. Lights out. We're underway in Hungary. It's a good start from Lorenzo Baltazar down towards turn number 1. Matteo Cassidy will try and have the outside line towards the braking zone. Harder the brakes towards the first corner. Moving up to the inside. Is that Varga taking the lead? I think it is. Baltazar has gone back through there in the second phase. And Varga moves up only into 3rd place. Movement going then as well. Zarconi's down a place. Matteo Cassidy started on pole. He's down into 4th. Terrible start from here as they come round turn 3, down towards turn number 4 then. And it is going to be Granado under pressure from Varga, who moves to the outside line as well. Varga to the inside. Varga takes 2nd. Granada's going to have to literally hold out of it. He tries to get the undercut through the chicane, and everybody's going to be wincing about as well. We don't want to see any sort of accident or a red flag here, but it's all good so far as they make their way. No, already got a crasher. Big one there. Yellow flag is out, and we've got 2. Luca Baroldi and Jordi Torres are the 2 out of the race. They've gone down on the entry towards turn 7. Yep, it is Baroldi and Torres. They have crashed out. Yellow flags at the moment. No sign of a red flag in proceedings. It's a fast accident to that part of the circuit. Through the second chicane at 12 and 13 before the loops at 14 come back up as well. Is that a leader? Who's at the front? Yeah, the leader's gone down. Oh my, we've got more down in the front of the field. This will have to be a red flag now. We've got a rider motionless in the gravel trap. This will have to be a red flag, and it's Varga and Cassidy have come together in the middle of the field. Varga has crashed out, the home hero, and he's in the gravel trap at the moment. We'll hope the doctors get to him shortly. Red flag's going to have to come out now. We've got Baltazar leading the race, Ferrari in 2nd, Spinelli in 3rd. Cassidy has also crashed out. There's 4 riders down at the very start of this race. And now all eyes are on if Varga is okay. 2.3 seconds at the front. Baltazar leads Ferrari. That for the moment is irrelevant. Surely Mike Webb, the race director, has to throw the red flag. This is now not the best situation. Red flag is out, yes. The sensible decision. Lap 2 of 8, and the red flag has come out. Had to be. That was not a nice accident with Varga. You hear him go down in the middle of the corner, and the next time we cut to him, he's in the gravel trap as well on his own. I think Cassidy collected with him. So it is a flat-out kink of the track as well. So we have a red flag in our first moto race here in Hungary. The red flag is out, just like it was for World Superbikes. Cassidy has got going again. Varga is in the gravel trap as well. It is instant at turn 14 that the red flag has been called for. So we now, less than 3 laps have been completed, so this will be a restart to the event, a total restart as well. The first 2 laps will be declared null and void. The riders will come back to the pit lane and go into their garages. They are not allowed to recharge these motorcycles at all, and the race will now be declared a restart, and the medical team is with Varga now as well. So we have a neutralisation to the event with an incident down at turn 14. The marshals are alongside him now as well.
Horrible, horrible crash.
So we've got Varga and Cassidy down as the field comes in towards the pit lane, and we will hand to TNT.
about restarts and the like. They will go again. Obviously, they'll have to reduce the distance of any restarted race. But if you are just joining us, we're at a red flag on lap 2, and it's the local rider, Tibor Erik Varga. I don't know whether that was a collision or what.
Because Cassidy ended up right at the back of the field, didn't he?
We've been told all riders conscious from the medical director.
That is really good news.
Yeah, Cassidy was right down the order.
Yeah, so I think there must have been a...
High side.
Yeah, high side.
So easily done.
Yeah, it is. Since today, we saw in the previous session, Alex Marquez having a few moments through that part of the track.
Well, we are going to see it again. So it's Varga there in second. This is why that's where he lost it there. You see the black line that he's left. Right, and that's where we saw Cassidy go down. Yeah, and you see he's completely knocked out there.
Yeah.
But we're told now all riders conscious. It's not what the Hungarian fans want to see when they're here.
So sad to see.
Their star man has been having a great week.
Absolutely, yeah, and he was... well, as you do in these situations, it's your home race, you always have that extra boost. Friends and family here, and you're just pushing a little bit too hard. Easily done. It's so easy to make a mistake like that.
We will get a new race, quick start procedure, because they've had that in-lap effectively, and then they'll have another out-lap to form up a grid. For a quick start, a 4-lap race ahead. Wow. Wow, that makes the starts
so important.
So important, doesn't it?
Yeah. I wonder if they'll push them out onto the grid, or if they'll give them a tight in lap to the grid. I've seen them do that in the past.
So it's a 4-lap restarted race that will get going soon.
So Baldassarri looked good, didn't he?
How good was that start?
Yeah, really good start, but straight into his rhythm.
What happened then? Because he obviously had Varga coming through on the inside, but he just let him go, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. That's going to be the story of that first sector for the the races we've got. Obviously, we've got the MotoGP race coming up this afternoon, and tomorrow's 3 races. But it's not a bad thing if you do end up blowing the first corner. You do end up on the inside into turn 2.
So, race red flagged before 3 laps complete. New race distance with quick start procedure is going to be 4 laps. And the best news that we have got right now is that all riders are conscious.
It's always that fine line, isn't it? You've got to be forceful, otherwise you'll get bullied out the way. This is the start.
Baldassarri was alongside Cassidy by here, but watch Varga. There he is, pops out with the blue number 47. See all the dust as well.
Yeah, it's quite dirty offline, isn't it? And that's part of the issue for Varga there. You can't squeeze the brake. It's already a tight corner, and he's coming in at such a tight angle. Look, no chance of making it.
It's a Granado's bike as well, right on the inside, though. You can see the front protesting for him. Will be original grid positions. This is on board with your championship leader.
I'm not trying to be funny. You'd think they would work on the noise to make a better noise. I'm not trying to be funny. You would though, wouldn't you? I mean, the bikes improve year on year. The battery life is increased. They're reducing the weight of them. They're able to have a little bit more power.
They look like proper race bikes now.
Yeah. But the noise it's sort of grating a little bit. For me, it is. I don't know what. I don't know. What do you think about it?
But yeah, it's something that it's just the way it is. We've heard it, haven't we, in Formula E here in electric racing across the board. So we're still under our red flag situation here. But the hope is we'll get going sooner rather than later. All riders are eligible for the restart, but they're still down there with Varga on the outside of turn 14.
Still pretty breezy, isn't it? Much cooler today as well. When we arrived here, it was over 30 degrees on Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah,
more like 20 today, isn't it?
To say, when a week ago we thought we were going to be at 30 degrees all week, didn't we?
Yeah, for the World Superbikes, I know it was really hot.
Let's take a break from the action here at Balaton Park. It's the Hungarian Grand Prix, our first race of Moto E. We'll restart. We're going to take a break, and hopefully when we come...
Yeah, well, they'll take a break. We're going to hand down to the world feed as well. The red flag is out after a horrific accident on the opening lap. The latest news is we have is all riders are conscious, which is great news indeed. That is the worst accident we've seen for a while, actually, in terms of the velocity mid-corner. Let's head down to the world feed.
If and when we get restarted, I've spoke to officials. No time confirmed yet. I'm sure you've got the same info in the box, gents. So as soon as I hear more info, I will let you guys know.
Yeah, thanks very much for that update, Elliot. And I guess the biggest challenge for Mattia Casadei after an incident like that is just to try and get his head back into the game, because there's no doubt you're a human being. You're going to be shaken up a little bit by that, but how close you came to a rider that crashed just in front of you. Obviously, he managed to do well to save the bike running through the gravel, but seeing a crash up close like that and then having to take avoiding action just afterwards, that is going to make you a little wary, I think, going into the restart. So understandable, I think, if Mattia Casadei was a little shaken coming back into the box, and now it's going to be a big challenge for him to get his head back into the game for this restart.
And it was a very, very big one by the looks of it for Tibor Erik Varga. I suppose I suggest that he went, he had a high side and went out over the top before obviously Mattia Casadei had to take avoiding action, because Varga was it seemed clear enough of anyone coming behind. But we'll obviously wait and not speculate too much more on Tibor Erik Varga. But we have had the notification that all riders involved in the incidents across the course of lap 1 are conscious, and that is the best possible news. Of course, any riders that need further examinations or treatment will be taken to hospital as part of a routine procedure. But at the moment, we are just in a pause here. The crowd are watching on in anticipation for the restart here of Moto E Race 1. We have had confirmation it'll be over 4 laps, but we don't know exactly when. Good to see Jordi Torres has made it back to the pitch. You can see Nico Terol on the right-hand side of shot. So Moto E's Jordi Torres is back, but of course, if he has crashed down at turn 7 and 8, Neil, there will be no bike that is usable for him. So it's a big rebuild job probably for the Power Electronics Aspar Moto E squad. Yeah, absolutely. We do have, and we can see that Tibor Erik Varga.
Yeah, so Varga will be taken to hospital for further examination. That's our latest news. So that's all we've got.
So yeah, as we've stated before, let's just hope and cross our fingers that the Hungarian, the home hero, is okay after such an ugly crash. And yeah, the fact that he won't be taking part in this restart, that is pretty low down on the priority order as it stands.
It is, but also Tibor Erik Varga, of course, he will be in the best possible hands. And this is, as I said, a routine procedure. Any riders that do need further examination or checking up, they are put to the right place. And thankfully here in Balaton Park, it's been quite a quick turnaround from the moment of the crash to where Tibor Erik Varga will be going next.
Okay, let's head back down to our colleagues at TNT Sports.
Welcome back to the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's round 4 of the Moto E World Championship. Race 7 and 8 we've got for you in Moto E today. Race 7, however, has been aborted for the time being. Red flag after a horrible crash for local rider Tibor Erik Varga, who was up into second in the race, riding well. Lost the rear, it looks like. We haven't actually seen a proper shot of it yet, and he was knocked out. We're told he's conscious, but they're still with him, medical staff down in the gravel at turn 14. We're being told he's being taken to hospital, so yeah, let's hope that he's okay. But obviously the rest of the riders will line up on the grid soon enough. They can see they're just putting him in the back of the ambulance now, and we wish Tibor Erik well. And you can see all the worried fans and friends that are up there, family I'm sure too, hoping, because he was actually, Neil, we were just talking about it before, he was the story, wasn't he?
Yeah, he
weekend?
was. Yeah, do you know, I always, it's nice when you get a new name and there's not a lot of expectation. You don't know too much about him, but it comes down to his home race, and as his season's gone on, actually, you see he's improved pretty much every time he gets out on the bike. And I was looking at him thinking, what a great style he has as well. So yeah, it's just a shame. Take a bit of the momentum away from his season. Let's just hope he's okay, because it looked like a bit of a nasty one, didn't it?
Yeah. So we will get going for 4 laps, just waiting for the track to clear so that the Moto e-bikes can get out there once again. Mattia Casadei, let's have a quick word on him. Of course, champion a couple of years ago. This season, for me, undoubtedly the fastest rider, but messed up qualifying in France. Crashed in qualifying, ended up qualifying 2, but ended up in 10th place. Then he was on pole in Assen. He actually won from 9th on the grid in the second race in France. Then in Assen was on pole, crashed in the first race, finished 6th in the second after another contretemps. Second on the grid in Austria, crashed in the first race, second in the second race. So he's still in the mix. He's only 22 behind in the championship. He's on pole, and yet off the start a little bit gun shy, probably isn't the right word, but was instantly back to 4th.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit reaction time, wasn't it? He didn't get the momentum, and even though it's a short drag down into turn 1, he wasn't quite aggressive enough. And I think a lot of that is because of these crashes he's been having this year, and they've always come early in the race, haven't they? So he knows he's got the pace. He's qualified on pole, but I think he's almost letting the race come to him.
So he will be on pole again. Baldassari got the jump on him off that first start. Varga got the jump on him. Granado will start from the inside. Pit lane will open in 4 minutes. They'll form up for a quick start procedure. We'll have a 4-lap shootout.
Tell you what, we have got an action-packed day with qualifying for Moto 3 and 2 coming up, and I cannot wait for the sprint race.
Yeah, well, we've already seen, if you have just joined us, MotoGP qualifying was eventful.
Yeah.
Eventful. Some surprises. I don't want to give too much away, but some surprises. Some people doing well coming through Q1 again. I think a few rounds of applause for the marshals and all the fantastic job that they're doing out there. Crowd down on what I expected here for
yeah,
today.
I mean, it didn't really help if you think the World Superbikes were here 6 weeks ago, so, and also the fact that Austria, how far away is it? 3-hour drive.
It was 3 hours 45. I checked when we were sat in the Red Bull Ring.
Yeah.
From Vienna, a lot less. Still.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, but this could be closer
to Vienna than
possibly than
the Red Bull Ring.
It's not far. Brno definitely is.
Yeah.
And they've all come around each other. I think the other thing was that not everyone was sure if this race was going to happen. That's the offending corner, turn 14.
I mean, on a Moto e-bike, it's wide open through there, but he lit it up early, I think, on the change of direction out of 13. I think he was just being a bit aggressive, and it just spun up on him.
Yeah, because you go left for 12, right for 13, but straight. It's a bit like Assen, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's a few parts, I know, bizarrely, you think, oh, it's nothing like Assen, because you think of Assen as one of the classic tracks, really fast. But there are a few of the fast, kinky, flat corners that have got a slight feel of Assen. Believe that or not.
Good conditions, at least. That's
really good. I mean,
bonus.
These are the conditions you want to race a motorcycle in. Light breeze, 20 degrees, new surface, not many, there's the odd little ripple, but the track itself is clean. It's slightly dusty offline, but I think a lot of that's down to the wind. It's been blowing. It's sort of dry around here as well. They've definitely not had a lot of rain, have they?
No.
Over the last few months.
It's very dry.
You know, as well, when you start from pole and you've had a bad start, and then he eventually ran off the track, he'll be now so pleased to have a second go at it. He'll be. You're always much more relaxed. It's always the starts are always nerve-wracking throughout your career, But you're not nervous of incidents happening. You're nervous. You just don't want to get a bad start.
I wonder how it is with out of clutch though.
Yeah, without a clutch.
Starts with, you're literally relying on
it's just your reaction
time.
And literally, it looks like you just give it a full handful. I don't think you have to. You don't have to feed the power on off the line. Here's a man who's going to need a good start though.
Yeah, the
championship leader
locks out the back of the helmet as always for Manto. Starting 15th on the grid. Not what he's expecting.
Who's your money on for the championship? We're at the not quite at the halfway point.
I still think Casadei, but Baldassari enters the picture because he has been consistent.
Really
and it's
consistent.
His first season, and as we've seen, it takes a few rounds to get to grips with a Moto E machine and the unique style and way that you ride one of these motorcycles.
Yeah, I remember talking to Chaz Davis about it, who sort of half regretted deciding to do it, but never quit. But yeah, he said it took for Chaz, when you've done so many years on a World Superbike, to essentially have to change your riding style back to more Moto 3 lines took a lot of getting his head around.
But also the Michelin tyres aren't Michelin tyres as such. Obviously they have these tyres they use specifically for Moto E, made out with recyclable materials.
Do you know what, they look like they move around a lot more, but they give the riders feeling. They don't, you see some really good slides.
Also, because of the weight of the bikes, and then you're trying to rail it around the corners.
Yeah, that weight of the bike, it seems to help the slides.
There is your reigning champ, Hector Garzo. Not been back on it this week, and he was there, obviously, podium in both races in Austria. Pit lane is now closed. Garzo taking to the shortcut on this outlap. Of course, missed out with injury the first race of the championship.
Tell you what, they look nice as well. Me and Sylvan was walking through the paddock yesterday, and we walked over to the Moto E's, just looking at the bikes themselves.
They do look so much.
They look.
Now Ducati have had a year. A couple of years they managed to slim them down.
They look good.
Look good, don't they? The V21L. That's where the incident happened that brought the red flag out in the first part of the race. There is your pole sitter, number 40. For the LCR E team, teammate Eric Granado on the inside, heading down towards turn 1 with Dynavolt, Intact, Lorenzo Baldassari in between them.
So just a reminder, that was effectively our formation lap. Well, now the lights come on, the green flag will fall. Cassidy on pole from Baldassari and Granado. It's the same grid positions as what it was before. We got the lights procedure. Green flag has been given at the back. Spinelli alongside Garzo. It all changes up as well. Red flag at the front. And we're going to get this race started very, very quickly. Had to get through that grid, didn't they? Red flag removed. It's time to go racing. For the second time today, eyes to the lights, red lights are on, and it's go again. Much better start this time for Matteo Cassidy. Bruises over the front of Baldassari down towards turn number 1. Baldassari has the inside line, will try and go away on the brakes. Granado has come over to third position. He's trying to go on the outside now as well. On Baldassari, Zarconi switches through to the inside manoeuvre, jumps ahead as well on the inside line. Granado should have that position back shortly for third place, and he does so. Cassidy leads. He holds off Baldassari. Much better start the second time around as the race turns on once more down towards turn number 4. Granado in third, Ferrari in 6th as well, coming through. Jacopo Horsecchio up into 7th position as well. Great start from him as they come through the chicane once more. back again through the offending accident zones we had previously. Fingers crossed everyone's going to get through this time. Just 15 riders left in this race. Jordi Torres couldn't restart, neither could Luca Bonaldi as well. Varga has gone to hospital for a checkup through the 12-13 chicane, back down towards turn 14 once more. And let's just see what's going to happen this time by. Everyone's safely through this time. See the motorway just behind the circuit as well, having loads of action. Brakes hard to the last two corners. Cassidy leading from Baldassarri, Granado, Zarcone, Spinelli, Ferrari up into 6th place as well. Everyone's moved up on the start. It's hard to tell because of those three who've not started. Everybody makes up a grid position at the start of this event. Oh, hello, that's Spinelli and Ferrari having a little bit of a ding-dong. And Spinelli's dropped behind. So Matteo Ferrari up into 5th position. End of lap 1 then. 3 laps to go here in the shortened race. And the order stands at Cassidy, Baldassarri, Granado. The status quo for the top 3. You can hear the brakes really chattering down towards the first corner as the tyres lock up and they try and hold it together. Such heavy machinery to come into it. Cassidy leading now as well by 0.6 of a second, so has the advantage at the front of the field, and that is the big key and advantage that we have to keep remembering. Through we come once more with feeling. Cassidy leading the race by 0.6 of a second. Nobody in a hurry to make a banzai maneuver just yet. They all remember how treacherous this circuit can be. It's just take your time and see what's going to happen. Zarcone trying to close in. That is Jacopo on the back of Spinelli as well. Through the chicane and the back half of the track at 8 and 9. Now just looping back round as well together. So far so good is the approach that we're seeing here. A little bit of a twitch coming back the back of Osaku. Temperature now at 23 degrees through the chicane, 12 and 13. Now into the last few corners, 14, 15, 16, all running in together, holding nicely. So the mentality that it has to be sort of perfect between each other, it's kept it together nicely actually as well at the moment. That's the surprising factor for me, that this race is now, once the restart has come, it's smooth together. Jacopo Hosku's got to run on Spinelli to the inside line down to turn 1. Spinelli's going to lose out here. Hosku's got a track limits warning actually coming through as they enter turn 1. Spinelli's front tyre nearing the rear, but Jacopo moves up into 6th position. Spinelli dropped 2 places. Oh, out! Well, there we are. That's the big disadvantage from running on the edge of the limit with a tyre. Out goes Hosaku at turn number 1. You won't be able to pick that bike up and restart it. He is out of the Moto E race. Just dropped the front of the exit, and such an easy thing to do. 2 to go. At least it wasn't a high. Back to the action at the front. Yellow flag still out in that first sector. Shouldn't need a red flag for that one. Should be able to get that bike out of the way quite quickly. Cassidy now just 3 tenths ahead of Baldassarri. I would not be surprised if Baldassarri goes for a move here. Granado might be on something too. Eric will be looking for redemption after Austria. Baldassarri with his track limits warning now as well. So 14 left in this race. Maria Herrera up in 13th, by the way, as things stand. Just a little bit of a heads up for you. Side by side into the braking zone. Through the last 2 corners now. And Moto E doing Moto E things once more, surprising everybody as we come up towards the line now. Last lap time then. Cassidy leading. Baldassarri does a 1:45.999, 1:45.973 from Zarcone. Takes it now as well in 4th position. They're all running together, but Cassidy should have the advantage. It's hard to overtake at this circuit. So it always will be this sort of do or do not, there is no try mentality around this place. And that's one thing that we absolutely love to see. Open up that battery pack underneath you, release the entire horsepower. Down on the brakes once more. Front tyre will be rising up. Get a lot of grip. Oh, hello. Cassidy had a little twitch through the chicane. Through sector 2 at the exit now, just trying to hook it in together. Down on the brakes once more. Left-hand hairpin coming up through the chicane. 12, 13, pull the throttle back. 10,000's down at the moment. Baldassarri might go for a move if he's feeling confident. Through turn 14, then the fast kink. Down the brakes. Pulls it through the inside line. This is the last sector of the event for race 1 here of Moto2 at the Balaton Park Grand Prix weekend. Down the brakes. 15, 16. Only one corner left at 17. Baldassarri's getting very close up towards the line. It's a drag race. Matteo Cassidy's going to hold on to the second start and take victory in the first Moto2 race here at Balaton Park. Baldassarri in second, Granado in third. Zarcone, Ferrari, Spinelli, Garzo, Zanoni, Gutierrez, Mantovani all going through and taking that advantage. That is a better result.
Done the job here.
Yeah, that's how you win round Balaton Park. He got the start and didn't make a mistake, didn't go wide anywhere. Like I said, didn't ride too defensive on that last lap. Never give anyone a chance.
Baldassarri
was just managing it, and he brings home his second victory of 2025. A really timely one after a bit of a disaster in Austria.
And Andrea Mantovani can only salvage 10th place, so that is a massive 19-point swing in the favour of Cassidy. He's going to have to do some more of that later on, but at the moment he can just be happy with a 19-point advantage in race 1 over Andrea Mantovani. This is Lorenzo Baldassarri, career best P2, as we said. Very strong stuff indeed from the number 7, looking to do it again later, if not improved by a place.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from Baldassarri, the best we've seen of him so far this year in Moto2. He has had one podium previously, that was back in race 2 at Assen, but we haven't quite seen him fighting for victory, and he very much did that in that encounter. He really did give Mattia Cassidy a bit of a hard time on that final lap, but Cassidy, you feel, was maybe just managing things on that final circuit. Baldassarri, though, certainly made a race of it.
He did indeed, and I think one more lap and he'd have definitely had a go of it, Neil. And the exciting thing is we've got 8 laps hopefully later on to see if Lorenzo Baldassarri is able to mount a challenge for his first Moto2 win. Another podium though for Eric Granado. He's still not at full fitness, but that'll do pretty well.
Yeah, racking up a decent little run of podiums, or at least he would have done if he hadn't crashed out in the final lap in race 2 in Austria last weekend. But third in race 1 in Austria 1 week ago, and now third in race 1 here in Hungary as well. Eric Granado, his speed is certainly without question. We've always been saying this, going all the way back to 2019 when Moto2 first came into existence. But that consistency still somewhat lacking for the Brazilian.
It is indeed. The thing is, as well, further back, Jordi Torres' absence from this race means that he now falls behind Mattia Cassidy, your winner here from race 1. And likewise, Matteo Ferrari, another point-scoring finish on the board for him. That's 5 in a row, but still his only podium for his double win last time out, but still consistent. So Matteo Ferrari hopefully trying to get in amongst that podium fight later on today. Oh, look at this. Alessandro Zacconi has been demoted 1 position due to exceeding track limits on the last lap. I thought Matteo Ferrari had come across the line in 5th, and I've just seen him go up to 4th in our timing tower up here in comms. So 4th it is for Matteo Ferrari. He didn't even have to work for that pass.
Easiest 4th place he's ever earned. Yeah, so Zacconi showing just the perils of touching the green, the paint on the outside of the white line on that final lap, but because Ferrari was so close behind him, he is forced to drop 1 position. So a bit of a sickener there for Zacconi, and that will be pretty crucial for his championship charge, because well, he is still very much in the midst of the championship fight, but He is now 3 points back of Mantovani rather than just being 1 point back.
It's amazing that Andrea Mantovani is still leading this championship after this one here. We are down there in the LCR Honda, the LCR Moto E team camp, I should say, getting carried away. Eric Granado there, just explaining to Lucio Cecchinello how the race went. You can see the new schedule for Moto 3. Qualifying 1 will be coming up at 10 to 1, and that's in 7 minutes time. 13:15 for qualifying 2. We will be coming off the air very, very soon here from Moto E Race 1, but Moto E Race 2 kicks off at 4 o'clock, and you can join myself and Neil for that one. But Parc Ferme, P1 for Cassidy, second for Balder, and third for Eric Granado.
Yeah, and Cassidy is now close to within a whisker of the championship lead. We have Kiko 5 points separate in the top 4 in the Moto E World Championship as it stands. Mantovani, Cassidy, Zacconi and Baldassari all really within a proper fighting chance of taking this year's crown. Matteo Ferrari, 78 points. He is, what, 16 back of the summit? Not exactly a million miles away, with still half the season to play.
I think we've definitely got a big group of 5 up there, haven't we? Jordi Torres has been there in the opening couple of rounds, but has not really capitalised on it last time out at the Red Bull Ring, and of course crashed out earlier on. And Hector Garzo only coming through for 7th, so the Balaton Park circuit not one of Garzo's favourites.
Yeah, that much was clear yesterday when he qualified down in 11th. And obviously because of the red flag and the stoppage, we're running just a little bit behind schedule, so therefore we're not going to have any interviews in Parc Ferme as normal, and these riders will be taken up straight.
On, Cassidy just didn't make any mistakes.
So they can see Mattia Cassidy winning in the end by 0.1 of a second, and given that Baldassari was 3/10 quicker than him on that last lap, there's nothing that he could do. Eric Granado, good to see him back on the podium in 3rd. In the championship, still Mantovani hangs on, but by 3 points from Cassidy, 3 points from Zacconi. Baldassari's in there, 5 points covering the top 4 in the championship.
Just look at Mantovani. You've got to love that character. Real happy-go-lucky individual. You see him walking around the paddock. Some hair is that.
He is a character, though. He is. A funny lad. This is how things stand in terms of the team standings. Dynavolt on top with Hector Garzo and Lorenzo Baldassari. Just 11 though ahead of the LCRE team. And now that Granado is back in the saddle, that'll put some pressure on. So that was our first race of Moto E. As I say, later on today we'll have our second race. For now, we're heading towards qualifying for Moto 3. And earlier on this weekend, Neil took a closer look at...
But that is all. Moto E Race 1, in the end, a little bit...
Well, there we go then. Turns out we won't have a podium ceremony. Thanks for all your company due to a very energetic first race at Balaton Park. We'll be back later for the MotoGP Tissot Sprint. Bye-bye.